it in. Just tap it in. Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, taparoo.
All right, after our third straight second place finish, another week where we kind of had a chance somewhat for a while. Although this one, didn't really feel like we had as much of a chance as the last couple, but second place is second place.
Yeah, I mean, did we ever have a chance?
I thought for a little bit on Sunday, especially right when Fitz made that 50-foot, 42-foot bomb, I thought, all right, that gets him within 3. And then Homa still had a couple of tough ones to play. And I thought maybe if he could drop a few and Fitz could come in at 7, he still had the drivable one in front of him, and then 16, which was pretty easy. So I thought he'd come in at 7, which was realistic for him to come in at 7 and Homa to come in at 7.
Yeah, I think if this tournament lasted like 8 more holes, Fitz would have made 8 more pars.
Yeah.
That guy loves a nice par.
He does, and I said he gravitates towards even. So like if he's 1 under, he's going to miss a 7-footer to get to even. But if he's 1 over, he's going to make a 42-footer to get to even. He just can't sway too far from even.
Yeah. He basically did exactly what he's done his whole PGA career.
Yeah, no matter what.
Never sniffed contention, but is always right there. Like, look at it on paper, you see a T2 or a 7th, but never sniffing anything.
No matter what event it is, his score is the same.
Yep. How does he not win that event?
There's never been. I thought for a while he would win something, but there's never been an event more perfect for him. Hitting the fairway was the most important thing. You didn't have to make a million birdies; just had to make a couple. It was rainy, wet, sloppy.
-8.
Yeah, rainy. You'd think him playing in England in the European Tour, a lot of rainy, wet, sloppy conditions.
Yeah, he got the rain. He got the weather too this week in the PGA. Unbelievable.
He was wearing the fucking stocking hat and everything, just exactly what you would picture him winning.
Yeah. You know what? He always drills those pars. And it feels like he just hits the back of the cup. He leaves the pin in and always just drills the pin. And then he's got these birdie putts from like 12 feet. Just slides low every time.
Yeah. It didn't. That's the thing. You texted me a couple times about his competitive drive. Like there's definitely times throughout the tournament where you're like, does this guy even give a fuck if he wins?
I honestly don't know if he does.
I don't think he does.
Cam Young should have won. Did you track him?
Not really.
He was great. I was tracking him Thursday, Friday. He missed probably 4 4-footers for birdie those first 2 days. He's basically Fino in Mexico.
Yeah, then he had a bad triple, or maybe 2 bad triples.
He had one bad triple where he couldn't get it out of the rough, and he hit it in like 50 feet in front of him into the penalty area, and then he missed the 4-footer for double on that hole and made triple. But his ball striking numbers were incredible. He was like first tee to green. He was like dead last for putting out of anybody that made the cut. I think he was going into Friday. He was 153rd in putting. Going into Saturday, sorry. Well, that's the whole field.
That's just how it is. And I guess lately, how it's been for us. 2 good. I mean, we only picked fucking 3 guys, and 2 of them were tied for second.
Yeah. And Connors wasn't terrible. He was top 20.
Finished top 20. He kind of just did what he normally does. Fairways, greens, 2-putt. He had one kind of shitty round that kind of took him out of it, I think, Friday.
Does Fitz have any nuts? Does he have any balls?
No, he does not.
He just has no nuts. He got clipped at a young age, huh?
So we got to remember that for all the people who are going to like him for the U.S. Open, right?
Oh, everybody's going to be all over him at the U.S. Open. Guy won the U.S. Amateur at Brookline. All over him. He's 50-1.
Yeah.
He ain't sniffing that.
No. To win a U.S. Open, you got to have serious balls, and
I know the score will be in his realm, but still.
Yeah. I don't know. If somehow he ends up not being popular, I could see myself liking him, but I don't think that's possible.
He just has no like go get him, bud. Go win that thing. You know?
Yeah, he has no intestinal fortitude.
Yeah, you gotta have like that where you just like, I want to fucking win this. I'm gonna go fucking win it.
He has a talent, but that's about it.
Yeah, I don't know. But I who else we gonna bet last week? I guess we could have bet Homa. I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't feel like he's been playing that great.
Fitz is fantastic off the tee. It's like every time you check, it's like 320 fairway, 320 fairway.
Yeah, he is.
But it wasn't good enough. Approach, he was about even. Game 5.
He putted well.
He putted well. Yeah, he was. I don't know. I'm fine with that bet for sure. It's a perfect event for him to win, and he did all the things we thought he was going to do. But the score was -9 instead of -7, or -6.
Hey, thank Christ Keegan wasn't 50-1.
I know, we would have had him too.
That would have been a heartbreaker.
So again, I mean, we're all over the fucking thing. It's just got to get one through.
Yeah, this is extremely frustrating. Last 6 weeks. This whole season is, but the last 6 weeks in particular is just
because we've had the right guys.
Yeah.
I mean, that the team event, that was the right team to be on. And then Wu the other day, if he just gets it up and down from the bunker or doesn't hit the bunker, that's a playoff. And I think he was so hot that day. And then last week, I think Fitz is, he was definitely one of the right picks. And Homa, this is the thing that you see these guys when they win each week. It's like they get everything up and down.
He was making, I can't believe all the par putts he made.
He got everything up and down. It didn't even seem like he was playing all that well. I didn't look at his stats. Were they good?
Homa, pull him up. You can keep talking.
I didn't think he was like spectacular. He was doing a good job hitting the fairways. He hits it pretty far, so he didn't get an advantage there. But he was missing greens, and he just got everything up and down.
He wins at hard courses.
Yep.
I mean, Quail Hollow, Genesis. Where else did he win?
Fortinet, where we were on him.
That's right. He made some up and downs there too.
Oh yeah, he made a bomb too, a 60-footer.
Yeah, he was third off the tee. 16th in approach, gained 4 points. Yeah, his stats were good, but he's fourth in putting.
Yeah, and then just those guys. I mean, you gotta just have a spike putting week, and he was able to do that. You can have all the good stats in the world you want, but if you don't make putts, you don't gain at least 2 or 3, you're not winning.
Yeah, Young, first off the tee, fifth in approach, 6.1. Lost 2.3 putting. First tee to green, 15 tee to green.
So what, he finished 2 or 3 back?
2 back.
If he finishes, so if he's even or gains 1 stroke putting, he wins.
Crazy.
That's the way it goes. So you gotta have guys who I think can putt, don't necessarily always have to, but they can. So, and that, I guess
the course.
I like the course a lot. I thought that was great. Not that it matters because we're not coming back here.
I'm sure they'll come back here at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I like it a lot. I'd
imagine there's a PGA at Quail coming up next 5 years.
Yeah, true. I love the course. I thought it was good. I just like courses where if you miss the rough, so if you're in the rough, you're in trouble. Not necessarily like dead, but you should have some consequence for not hitting the fairway.
Right. And not hitting it to 20 feet.
Exactly. So that's where we're at. And then this week we have the Byron Nelson, which is at TPC Craig Ranch. That's the second time it's been at this course. Last year was the first. We might see it play a little differently. Last year, KH Lee won at 25 under, but it was very rainy that week, and the conditions were really soft and really gettable. So this week there's no rain projected in the forecast. So, maybe it's not as. I mean, it's definitely not going to be as soft, but maybe it doesn't play quite as easy either. Which, I don't think it's going to be hard, but maybe 18 to 22 instead of 25, or
Yeah, I think it's going to be a normal PGA event.
Yeah.
18 to 20, I think.
Yeah, I can get 9 of the top 15 guys here, so it's pretty good. I think a lot of guys chose to kind of skip last week and play this week. It's kind of interesting to see how the dynamic changes. Like, I remember 3, 4, 5 years ago, no one was playing the week before a major.
Yeah, some guys have been flip-flopping.
And now they do. Like, I think before the Masters, Rory played, and Rory hadn't played the previous 9 years before before the Masters. So guys are trying different things, and I guess maybe they want to be more. I think they're placing an emphasis on trying to get hot before the major.
So does that factor steer you away from top guys, or are there other reasons? There are other reasons for me, but
there are other reasons. I don't think it's not a one size fits all. I think each guy has their own motivations, and each guy you got to treat differently.
Right. No, I was just looking this up, how these guys, the top guys in this field, have done before majors. I mean, DJ in 2018, he won the week before the U.S. Open. Won St. Jude. That wasn't a WGC then. It was just a shit event. He was probably 7-1. That was the one he holed out from the fairway.
Yeah.
Win by like 8 shots. So he won that, and then he came in third at the U.S. Open. JT in 2020, remember we were on Brooks. He beat Brooks at St. Jude. I think that was a WGC.
Yep.
Week before the PGA. And then 2018, he won at Firestone, another WGC. So WGC is a little different than an event like this. But he's won twice before majors. Spieth last year won the Valero. I mean, that's very similar to this. This field's probably better, but still. And then in 2015 won the John Deere, which is similar to the Valero. And then Brooks has had 5 top 5s week before a major. So
yeah. So the point is that you're making, I think, is a lot of people think you can't bet these guys a week before a major, but the truth is that's not necessarily always the case.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't like DJ this week because he just had his wedding. He hasn't played much golf, and he's just I don't know. I think he's just here. He's just here for a tune-up.
Yes,
because the PGA is next week.
So that's what I think. Like you said, you have to evaluate each guy differently. Each guy has their own motivations. I'm sure JT wants to win.
I'm sure he does, but I think he's looking to next week.
He should be because we bet him.
I hope he is, at least.
I hope so too. I mean, if he wins this and doesn't do much of the major, then I mean that would be a major disappointment even for him.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah, you got to take each. I think you're spot on. You got to take each guy separately.
What about Spieth? Does he want to win?
I think so. Texas, right?
Yeah.
I feel like he wants to win in Texas anytime he can.
The only, he has I think that's true, and because he hasn't won that much the last. I mean, he wanted to be the next great, and he hasn't won that many times since 2017. So I think he wants to get as many wins as he can to get back in that conversation.
He's always playing these Texas events. He plays every Texas event.
And he does well all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he probably wants to win. So yeah, let's get into the odds here. Top of the board, we have a good amount of guys here, which I think the odds overall are pretty decent. So.
All right. Bet365. Wow. Fuck. Hold on. All right. Sorry, there's something wrong with Bet365 site. All right. You get Scotty Scheffler 10-1, JT 14-1, Burns 18, Spieth 18, and Xander 18. Those are the 5 below 20. Seen 22 on Spieth, 20 on Burns, 20 on X. This is the only site I've seen a 14 on JT. I've seen 12 everywhere else.
So, with the exception of Scotty and JT, if you want one of these other guys at 20 plus, you can get it.
Right.
So that has to be considered. Scotty, obviously, if he wants to come here and play really well, he can. If he didn't just win 4 out of 6 events or 4 out of 7 now, then you might think of a little more because Texas. But I just think, I mean, I said this last time too. He's done for a while.
I disagree with you there, but I have no interest this week.
When I say a while, I don't mean forever. I don't mean a year, but I just mean like he just won the Masters 2 starts ago. I think it's going to take 3 or 4 or 5 starts, and then he's going to kind of refocus and get back to. We're trying to get back to what he is.
Why won't he compete next week?
Because I don't think he's gonna.
How much you want for the ticket?
Pack of gum. I think he can contend. It's just really hard to see him winning back-to-back majors with how many good players there are right now and how many guys who are playing well. And
What if it's just one of those seasons? Spieth did it.
I don't think he's Spieth.
Okay.
I don't think he's 2015 Spieth. I just think he's not that guy. He was hot, and he got hot at the exact right time.
He's hot for 3 months.
Yeah. I think he's a very good player.
He's been hot for a while.
I think he's a very good player. Right now, I think he's the third best player in the world.
He's the best player in the world right now.
If you go by rankings, but I think he's the third best player.
Who's second?
Cantlay.
Wow. So what? Rahm's like seventh?
No, he's first.
Yeah, beating the scrubs
In Mexico.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I don't even know why we're talking. Scotty can win this, and he can win next week. I truly believe he can win next week.
I hope he does.
But yeah, I'm not going to bet him at 10-1. Obviously, that's just moronic.
No. I'm seeing some JT love this week, but I personally am not.
JT okay. Going into this, I thought it'd be Scotty, JT, and Spieth. I thought Spieth would be 12-1.
I don't know why he isn't.
Why isn't he 12-1? And I feel like this 22-1 that I'm staring at is an auto bet for us.
I agree. I think it is because is there something we don't know? Why is I don't get the number at all.
I don't know. Every time I bet Spieth, he just fucks me right in the ass.
Well, we were on him in Texas when he lost to Kokrak.
Yep.
But does he ever not contend in Texas? Very rarely. Even when he's bad.
Crazy. He's what was he? 19th in my model. 9th on approach last 24. 8th tee to green. He's like drilling fairways.
It's just the weird
off
ass
the
swing.
Tee approach. He's just not putting. And when he gets hot for a while.
Right.
Typically. Remember last year he was hot?
Yeah, I think he is hot, and I think he can definitely win this thing. It would be back-to-back starts, wouldn't it?
Yep, it would be. Been 3 weeks. But so last year in Texas, Charles Schwab second, the one we were on. 9th at the Byron Nelson. 1st at Valera. The year before, I mean, that's great. The year before when he completely sucked at golf. 10th at Charles Schwab. I don't think those other events even happened. That was the COVID year.
Yep.
In 2019, 8th at Charles Schwab. 29th at Byron Nelson. This is another year he sucked at golf. I mean,
he's basically locked for the top 10 in Texas every year.
Yeah, at least.
And now he comes here hot. We made the same argument last year when he went into Colonial.
It was, Colonial.
Went into Colonial, and he should have fucking won. He just sucked on Sunday.
He was terrible on Sunday.
I don't think I've ever been so confident going into a Sunday as I was with him that Sunday.
But we should have been on Kokrak too. That was the problem.
I know. I'm going to say the same thing this week. I guess we'll get there when we get to Kokrak.
So I didn't make a deal with the devil by just shitting on this guy his whole career, right? I can hit a golf winner with Spieth, correct?
I don't know. I can't say we can definitively say that.
Am I just cursed with Spieth?
Well, you haven't bet him that often, so I think we need to test the waters one more time.
All right, I'm in.
We got a 22. That's a fantastic number. I mean, the first time we started the show 3-4 years ago, the first thing we said was bet the number. This is a bet the number scenario. It's Spieth in Texas. He's just coming off a win. He should be 10, 12-1, but he's 22, and I think he just bet it.
Right, exactly. And his stats back it up.
Stats back it up. I don't know, maybe people don't think he can win 2 in a row. Is he focused on the career Grand Slam?
No, I don't think he focuses on the career Grand Slam a week before the event. I think I don't think he even focuses on it until people ask him during
Yeah,
the PGA.
I don't think so either. I'm just throwing things out there. I just don't know why he's this price.
Yeah, I have no idea either. I was ready 12-1. See you later. I'll just move past you, just like we're doing with Scotty. Yeah, I'm
Speak
in.
to this. All right,
He's
let's
won
do it.
back-to-back starts before.
He's one of those guys who I don't worry about with that type of shit. Like, if it was, I don't know, even a guy like Rahm, like I don't think he's winning back to back. Or
He's won back-to-back starts a couple times.
Rahm did or Spieth?
Oh, Spieth.
Yeah, I just think it's something it's just a very Spieth thing to do.
It is.
Spiethian, as they call it.
All right, what about these other guys? I mean, Burns 20.
I don't love the number. I know it's fair. I think it's a great spot for him. He finished second here last year, so obvious it is. Birdie Fest. I kind of want to look into. It seems like when he does well at these courses, it's almost when they're soft. Wasn't Valspar soft as fuck when he won?
Which time? Yeah, this first time against Keegan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he shot minus 17. It was wicked soft.
And
I
last
don't
year,
remember this time.
I don't either. Last year here, very soft again. And I think the easier it is, the better it is for Burns.
What else? Where's his other win?
Sanderson?
Sanderson, Mississippi. Imagine that's soft.
That was soft as fuck. It was like 23 under.
Yeah.
I'm trying to talk myself out of him. It's a good fit. He can make birdies with the best of them. He's the guy. The easier it is, the better he'll be. That's why he sucks in majors, because he's an easy course guy. And people think he's trending towards majors, and he's this guy who's going to be, elevate the way Scheffler did at some point in his career. I don't think he's that, because he hasn't shown he can do anything at a major tougher setup yet. I think he's just a guy who's going to go out there on an easy scoring day and just fucking go ham. Could he do that this week? Absolutely. But there's some other guys I like a little better.
I mean, course fit wise, he couldn't fit this course any better.
No.
Right? Just long, straight approach. Birdies. That's him.
Yep.
Nothing on X. Right?
No, X, fuck that guy.
Give me a JT thought before we move to the next range.
I don't know.
I'm surprised by his number too. I thought he'd be 10, 12-1.
I think the week before the major, maybe they put these guys out there and they want you to bet these top guys because they think it could be a rando.
You think? I agree on Brooks and Dustin, but I don't know.
JT,
I feel like Brooks and Dustin's number are fair.
they're fair. No, JT could obviously win, no doubt about it. But I'm hoping he's thinking about this major. I mean, I really hope he is, and I hope he's getting a tune-up. And doesn't mean he can't be focused on the major and still just somehow win because he's playing well. But I don't know. I'm not betting the second favorite at the fucking Byron Nelson at 14-1 when I have the guy in a major the following week. I hope he plays well. I hope he finishes in fucking third or fourth or fifth.
I hope he just finishes 12th.
12th would be good, even better. Don't have to think about it.
Yep. All right. Next range, we got Brooks 22, Dustin 22, Neiman 22, Willie Z 25, and Hideki 25. That's all the guys below 40. Got no one in the 30 range. On Bet365.
Okay. Brooks, I've seen better.
Haven't we seen 40s on Brooks?
Yeah. DraftKings, I think, had opened with a 40. I'm not going to be interested in Brooks this week. Next week, maybe. If he slips to this type of number next week.
What type of number?
40, 45.
40, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying 22.
But if he shows a little life this week, then you think he's going to
if he's 40-1 next week, I'm betting him, no matter what.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
So
even
hopefully
if I can't fit him.
Yeah. So let's hope he sucks this week. So I would like that.
Yeah.
DJ, no, like you said, all those reasons doesn't seem to be, it's just a tune-up for him. It's a tune-up for him.
He hasn't really contended either. I mean, I know he has a bunch of like top 10s since his last win, but he's never really like been in it on a Sunday, you know?
He hasn't. And I'm good with not being on him. Next couple of guys is where it gets interesting. Okay, Willie Z is going to be the one you're going to see everyone pick. I think probably like last week's Connors. And it's a very similar situation to me because he checks every box of what you're looking for this week. It's a perfect fit. He's due for a win. I think he's probably going to get one soon. And this seems like a great place to do it.
Yeah. First in approach, first tee to green. 8th and birdies are better. 6th opportunities gained. I put some par 3 scoring in here. He's 3rd in par 3 scoring just because it kind of correlated last year. The leaders all did well on the par 3s.
I have it in mind too, yep.
Yeah, I mean, he rates out second in my model behind JT. There's nothing not to like about Willie, except maybe if you don't think you think he plays hard courses and not the easy courses.
Or if you think this course doesn't really favor ball strikers as much as everyone's getting there.
Spray it. Yeah, you can spray it. Is that what you mean?
Like everyone's going to be within 15 to 35 feet every hole. I think you got to get a little bit of a hot putter. And I think you don't want to take if it turns into a putting contest, he's not the guy you want. That's what I'm saying.
I don't mind him putting from 25 feet though.
I don't either, but I mean, with that being said, he's lost strokes putting in 7 consecutive events.
Really? But only one of those was bent and he finished 6th.
And that one I'm not counting because there's no stats for that one. I can get the stats. I actually do want to see him too. So I'll get him up in a little bit. But let's see how he putt last year at this event. He finished in 17th, lost 4.3 putting.
Wow.
Gained almost 10 on approach. Led the field in approach.
Fucked.
You want to talk about a guy who's going to fucking infuriate you if you're on this guy and he's just missing putts left and right, which is very, very possible.
Yeah, he's not bad though from 25 to 7 feet.
Yeah, I mean, the times I'm watching him at the Masters, basically, I don't really track him all that often. And the numbers would say he's pretty fucking bad, even from that range. But the eye test, I agree with you. He's a good lag putter.
What was that turn? Oh, the Farmers. I thought he was pretty decent on the 25 footers.
Maybe he lost 1.3 though.
Yeah, I know he missed some shorties. The one to tie it from like 8 feet.
Let's see what else in Texas. What else has he played in Texas? Let me just see. Byron Nelson lost 4.3. Charles Schwab lost 2.5. That's it.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a concern, I guess.
He grew up on this course somewhat. He's played it a bunch of times, right?
Yeah, he's played this course a lot. He says he knows it really well. It's tough. It's tough. I'm not a Willie Z guy. I do think he's going to win.
I know.
I do think not to this
all the
week.
guys you hate have been winning. He's the next in line.
He is.
I know you're not a big Homer guy either.
No. McNeely could be next too. Then I fucking hate that guy.
Oh, you hate McNeely, huh?
Yeah.
Well, they don't price him. They don't price him correct.
No. So Zal, yeah, I haven't seen that 25. I'd be in.
Yeah, me too. So he's second in the model. Hideki's 4th, and Neiman is 5th.
Those two guys I like too.
Hideki is sneaky playing good under the radar. I know the injury stuff has been popping up, but like his approach numbers have been good.
They have. Yeah, and the only thing with him is the injury. And it kind of reminds me of a couple of years before the November Masters. Him and DJ contended in Texas the week before when Ortiz won.
Yeah,
Houston Open. And that kind of, I mean, he's a guy I think could play well the week before major. I don't think he's like the type who's like just focused on the major. I think he'd be, if he gets in the hunt, he definitely wants to win.
He's always playing the week before major. That's his thing.
And I think he plays pretty well. So what I see is 22 on Zalatoris for us. I don't know if that's good enough.
We got a 30 on Hideki. What do you like there?
30 on Hideki is good.
I just feel like Willie Z just like his main focus is going to be winning.
I know.
You know, and like Hideki, like, hey, if I don't win, whatever, won 3 times, I got a major to play next week. Like that's his focus type thing with most of these guys.
If we start the card Spieth, Willie Z, and I don't want to say this, but I said it last week and it turned out to be true. One of those guys is going to be there. We're going to have something to watch on Sunday.
Yeah, we Fitz and Cam Young last week.
Yeah, and I knew if we bet that
Cam
trio,
Young was uber popular.
Yeah. Like
yeah,
I said,
with Connors. Yep, you're right. With Connors.
I said Fitz. I don't know if Fitz is going to win, but I know we're going to have something to watch on the weekend. And
yeah, did you enjoy that watch?
I actually did.
Okay.
I did. I thought it was a great tournament. But and I feel the same way this week. One of, if not both, of Spieth and Zal are going to be. You know what? I think I almost want to fucking bet a 1-2 any order. I got a feeling.
Spieth and Zal.
Yes. Can't you just picture that?
Any of our sites offer that?
I can get it. Yeah.
Okay.
But can't you just picture that?
Yeah.
It seems like it makes a lot of sense this week. So I think I want to do that. And I think you're right. All roads, you can talk about how it's a good number with Decky. It's a good number with Neiman. They both just won recently. The obvious guy is fucking Will. The obvious guy is winning this year. We bet a couple obvious guys last week. Didn't turn out too bad. And I think what's going to be our biggest regret? If we do this and we don't bet Willie and he wins, we're probably going to have to retire.
Yeah. Wow, you're turning over a new leaf there. I like it.
I know. Anything to get in that winner's circle. I'll suck Willie D's dick if that's what he wants.
Here we go. All right, give me a quick note on Neiman.
I like him. I like him on bent. He makes a lot of sense here. He could. He's actually top 3, I believe, in his last 24, and birdies are better.
Yep, he's great across everything.
Yeah. Can he win multiple times? He just won in the good field not that long ago. 3 or 4 or 5 starts to go for him. I do like him next week, actually, a lot.
Yeah. Bent season, man.
Bent season, I like Neiman in bent season for sure. I just think right now I can't bet Willie. I can't bet him over Willie Z as much as I like him.
Can't you bet the 3 of them?
Maybe.
Neiman or Decky?
Neiman.
Really?
I guess.
Okay. So we're definitely going to be on 2 of these 4 guys, possibly 3.
Well, I think at this point we have to say we're betting Spieth and Willie.
Okay.
Don't you?
I wasn't going to go there with Willie with you. I didn't know if you were going to snoop down to the 22.
I don't think 22 is all that bad.
Okay.
Do you?
I like Willie. I think he's going to win. I actually think he's going to win.
Well, that's what I'm saying. How can we go away from this? Just because fucking his Decky's 30? Like, we think these guys are going to win. You got to bet them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do.
I thought Cam Smith was going to win the Players at 33, and I didn't bet it.
That's been a lot of our problem this year. I know we like to bet good numbers, and I get that. And we are betting some good numbers, but it has to be a mix of both. If you think you guys are going to win, you got to bet them. I don't like Willie Z. I think he definitely has a good chance of winning. Spieth thing is a good chance of winning. But there is a guy who I think is the winner who's going to be further down the board.
Okay. All right. All right. So let's big jump now to 40. We got Aaron Wise 40, seen 65 on him. Gooch, Adam Scott, Riley, Kokrak, McNeely, all 45. Anybody in this range?
Only guy there I consider was Kokrak. You look at his Texas history; it's just unbelievable. No other way to put it. I mean, every time he's basically contending every time he's in Texas. He's like the overweight version of Spieth.
Yeah.
The last 3 years. So it's very tempting. And the only thing I'm thinking about with him is like, are we chasing something that's already happened and that's happened already? And you know what? I could have said the same thing at Houston, right?
Yep.
Because he won last year and he beat Spieth when we were on Spieth.
And you did say the same thing at Charles Schwab.
I did. And now Charles Schwab. And I think at Houston, he won his last start in Texas at the Houston Open, like not that long ago.
He's won his last 2 starts in Texas.
Won his last 2 starts in Texas. And he's 45-1. So I'm very tempted by him. That's why I wasn't going to considering a third guy in that range, because I was thinking I was going to go, I don't know, like Spieth, Willie, Kokrak, and then into the 60 plus.
His I know I asked you on his putting earlier. His putting, that's a good sign that he's putting well, because that's when he started to win. It was when he started to putt well, because his ball striking has always been like constant throughout his whole career. But is he in good form currently? He was 14th at the Masters.
35th at Heritage. Was solid. And Heritage isn't the course you'd think about Kokrak at, and he played pretty good.
Right.
26th API, 26th Genesis, 53rd Players miscut Valspar, but I'm okay with that. Yeah, he's in pretty good form. He's gaining some strokes putting. Let me see. Here's the thing about him in Houston when he wins in Texas. I think he loves putting in Texas.
Seems it.
Gained 8.7 in Houston.
Does he live in Texas?
I think he does. He gained 5.5 at Charles Schwab.
Yeah, I like Kokrak. I think your question is definitely the one concern.
He lives in Ohio. But I don't know, something about Texas he loves. It is a concern, but I think we could find a 50-1. It just seems like it's one of those things where we don't bet him. We're just going to say, how do we not bet him? It's just so fucking obvious.
Yeah, like at Colonial.
We should have been on both.
Yep. Okay. I'm with you on Kokrak. Riley, no. Scott, no. Gooch, no. What if Aaron Wise is 65-1?
I like Wise at 65. He won this event, obviously different course. But I think, I don't know. I'm not going to bet him at 45 or 50 or 40.
So say you get a 65.
Yeah, I'll bet a 65.
7.8 approach at Mexico.
Wow. And he's won in Texas.
Yeah, and isn't he kind of like a shitty Sam Burns?
Yeah, he is.
Like a poor man's Burns.
Yeah, he's definitely a poor man's Burns.
He had the same upbringing, like same type of collegiate career as Burns.
Mm-hmm.
He won early, then he kind of fell off because of the putting, and now he's kind of pulling the putting around.
He hasn't been all that good in Texas. Let's see. Because I do think there's something to these Texas guys. He obviously is one of them because he's won in Texas, but 26th at Houston, pretty good. 55th here last year. And he was in good form. He was coming off a 9th at Wells. And 44th at Valero that year also.
Yeah.
11th.
Yeah, I like him. I'd need a 65 on him, though.
Yeah, 65. That's fair. That's fair.
What else in this range? All right, we're obviously not going to bet Gooch, so.
No.
We'll go to the next range. 50. We got Vegas, Hadwin, our guy Cam Champ, who's going to win the PGA next week, and Tommy Fleetwood, 50.
Champ, we both like Champ going into it. And last week, when in Mexico, he was great. Had a bad Sunday, but almost bounced back and kind of got back into it a little bit. This course should make some sense, although I do think you need to gain some strokes on approach. I don't know if he's even capable really of that right now.
He hit some bad wedges.
He just can't hit anything close.
Yeah.
he just fucking pumps it. Although this par fives are very easy here. Like he could easily go, green, hit it to 40 feet, two putt, and that's 4 under every day. And I think he makes sense. 50 to 1 is very tough for me on Cam Champ. I don't think we can bet him at 50 to 1, but I do like him.
What else did I say? As 129th in approach, last 24.
His irons are awful. He's hot though. He's really hot.
He is hot. He's gonna win next week though, so we're good.
PGA. I could actually see Champ winning a PGA. I know it's funny, but
definitely contended at Harding Park.
It's just I think at some point in his career he's gonna have a PGA Championship. One, that's it. One major's gonna be one PGA, one random PGA.
Couldn't agree more.
Maybe this one.
Johnny Vegas 50 gained like 10 on approach last week. And he lost 7 off the tee or something.
He's a Texas guy too.
He's just the.
Yeah. Well, so you can't say that, and you can't. So I'm glad you didn't. So, so he is. Yeah, he's a big Fitzpatrick with a nice big tummy. I like Vegas. I'm not. If he was 85, I'd bet him probably.
Yeah, just in case. He does have a nice tummy.
He does. I love it.
A little tub there.
So he might not. No, I could see him playing well. I just can't see him winning. He just doesn't win.
Yeah. What about Hadwin? He's popping.
He is. He was first in my model for whatever reason.
Yeah, he was third in mine.
But no. Not betting Hadwin at 50 to 1 in this field.
Okay. Your guy. Tommy.
I don't know. He should be like 70 to 1.
He's not on Bermuda grass anymore. Brits don't do it in Texas.
He could play well. He's not going to win.
Yeah.
Can you really see
for him to win, he'd have to gain like 10 strokes putting, and
which he's capable of.
He is. At his irons, he just doesn't.
No, he doesn't put it close.
He only his good weeks like gaining 2.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple guys at 55. Noren and Jay Day.
No.
Jay Day's approach numbers the first 2 days
were unbelievable. And
that was a sight to see Saturday. That was something.
I gotta say, I said to you, this guy's gonna fucking collapse. You didn't think he was gonna.
I didn't think he was gonna collapse like that. I could see him shooting like 4 over, but he shot a 79.
Someone texted me on Friday, like a casual golf fan was like, "So Jay Day's an elite player again? Is that what this means?" I said, "No, he's not even going to finish in the top 20." And this was when he was in the lead at 10 under. And I honestly didn't think I wasn't even counting him when I was counting how many strokes back we were.
Yeah, that was something Saturday. Whew.
So yeah,
still finished all right. Sunday he was fine. Okay, next range we got Seamus Power, Kuchar, Mark, Siwoo, Brian Harmon, Bubba, all 60. Sebastian Munoz 66.
Real quick, could you see Day playing well this week?
I could see him playing well. Yeah.
Can he win?
I don't know. Can he win? I still think there's something there with him.
I hope there is. I don't
know if he can win, like at the very moment, but
yeah, this is the thing with Day for me. It's like I'm not an anti-Day. I love Day. I do believe in him long term too. I think he's going to eventually, hopefully, come back. But I don't think the reason why I thought he was going to collapse was mostly because he hasn't really shown it. I know he did the Zurich. He was all right in the Zurich, but I think he's going to start playing consistent before you think he's going to actually win.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right. Here's my pick to win. Mark Leishman. I think there's a lot of value on him this week in terms of that number. I mean, last week he was 20 to 1 or 22 to 1 at Wells, and we obviously didn't like him at all. And then he misses the cut. And here's the thing: he missed the cut. It was pretty much on the number. He bladed that bunker shot in the water, so we lost like 4 strokes around the green in 2 rounds. So not good.
He was 3 under when that happened. He made triple.
He was rolling. He went 3 under.
He almost killed Connors.
Yeah, I should have. Fucking Connors is useless as fuck. But before the chip in the water, he was great. He gained 3.1 strokes on approach in 2 rounds. So he was on pace to gain 6, which I'm fine with. Lost off the tee, but I think the course setup here is just so much better for him. Like last week is not a good course setup for him. He missed the fairway. If you miss the fairway, you're in trouble. He missed the fairway a lot. And I think here he can get away with that and still put, he's a very good long iron player, plays those long par threes well. And he just has win equity. He's a guy who I trust to win if he gets involved. He's kind of been trending towards another win since that win he had at Torrey. And he's been great in Texas. He's been played some of the best golf in Texas. I think he's one of the top 5 players in strokes gains in the state of Texas. They have that the Zoysia, right?
Yep.
And those Australians, that's where they have in Australia. So a lot of times you see Aussies play well in Texas because of that. He was the runner-up when Wise won this thing at Trinity Forest back in 2018. Finished 21st here last year.
That sucked, by the way. I was on Mark that week. That was a complete bird fest too.
Yeah.
Those two were just dueling.
Yeah. And so I think he loves it. I think he likes Texas. Back in 2008, he was on the nationwide tour, won the WMB Golf Classic by 11 shots in Midland, Texas. And so he's played in Texas great. And you wouldn't think of him as a birdie fest guy. 3 of his 6 PGA Tour wins have come above 20 under.
Oh yeah.
So he is a birdie fest guy.
Couple FedEx wins, right? Conway Farms.
Yeah, that was the BMW, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love everything about him. 66 to 1. I actually got a 65, which I already fucking hammered.
Yeah, I'm in on Mark as well. Make all great points. There's not much else to say. Kind of just betting the number for the top 30 player in the world, right?
Yeah, he was 21 last week. Who was he priced with? Fitz and Connors and all of them.
I didn't even know he was that low. I just must have just looked right by him.
22 to 1, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great number in this field. Why the hell not? Anything on these other guys? Power, Siwoo, Harmon, Bubba.
They're all just no's for me.
Okay. All right, next range. We got Lanto, 70, CT Pan, 75, Killer Keith, 80, Sepp Straka, 80. I like DVR, but he withdrew. Neesmith, 80. Palmer, Aaron Rye, Seabez, Mito, all 90.
I'll talk about him, but I have no interest in anybody that you just mentioned.
All right, give us something on any of them if you want to talk about him.
Mito's definitely, I think, a bent guy. He's a guy I think could potentially be a good fit here, but withdrew from injury and just kind of been hit or miss. And I just don't think right now is the right time.
Yeah, bad back. Backs are out right now.
Right. So, yeah, you can't go with a bad back. Pan kind of popped for me a little bit statistically for whatever reason.
Where did he finish last week?
I don't know. But he, these are guys who, if it turns to a putting contest, which it could, I think could be all right.
Pan.
But I'm not betting him at 75 to 1.
Oh, he's 22 in the model.
Yeah, he was up there for me. I'm not exactly sure why.
Wow. Approach gained.
Jeez.
Like 8 straight weeks.
Holy shit, he's hot. Didn't realize that.
Yeah, I saw him on the broadcast a couple times. Yeah, bent. Best surface.
CT Pam.
We need an Asian.
We do. I got another one, though. I think we should bet, but.
Yeah, I wasn't looking at any of these guys. Pan's kind of interesting. Might get windy, too, this week. I saw.
Asians love Texas.
They do.
Let's see. What has he done much in Texas recently? Not really. Even though he's hot, 75 isn't a great number, in my opinion.
It isn't, no. All right, 100 plus. Who you got?
All right, first guy I got is the sad, depressed motherfucker, Matt Wolfe.
You've been trying to talk me in on this guy all day.
Do I necessarily like him that much? No. Could he miss the cut? Yes. Would I laugh if he missed the cut? Yes. But I think he's capable of winning. I mean, he showed some signs of life last week, gained 4 strokes tee to green, finished 25th. His best finish since November. Do you know what it was the best finish since?
I'm going to guess the Houston Open.
Houston Open, he finished 11th. So I think that makes some sense. Birdie Fest, you think Wolfe, if it turns into a real Birdie Fest, he's a guy who can do it. Can get away with spraying it here. Rough isn't very penal. Maybe get some good vibes going. Still only 23. I mean, he still has a lot of upside, and I think he's a champ. I think he's one of those guys who, I don't trust him a lot. I don't like him that much. I'm never going to bet him to win a major or anything, but I think once every 18 months, he can win a Birdie Fest.
He's just such a fucking pussy.
He is.
What did we share last week? He's back after last week, or like
no? We're not sure, but at 110,
his comments are pretty terrible, if you ask me.
What do you say? He isn't trying to win. He's trying to have fun or something.
He's trying to have fun. He's like, I lost like 8 balls playing my home course. I shot like an 80 playing my home course. I had no real expectations coming into this week. I'm just trying to have fun.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I don't. I just think 110-1. It's worth a little ticket just in case he is back.
It's like, dude, you're playing fucking golf. Stop being a pussy and just play golf. If you don't make the cut, you don't win. Like, it's not the end of the world. It's fucking golf, man.
I completely
play golf
agree.
For a fucking living.
I agree, and I think he sucks pretty much. But you know how many guys have betted 110-1 who are just fucking awful? Like,
I know, but I'm just sick of him always bringing up the fucking mental health every fucking tournament we play. Like, just play fucking golf.
I agree.
That being said, he definitely could win if he gets in the mix. I don't know. I might be a stubborn prick, though. I don't.
He's probably not going to win, but I'm just going to bet the 110-1 because I had a feeling on it, and I'm just going to go with it. I think he's a win equity guy at some point, and whether he's that guy right now or not, probably not. But does he win this tournament one every 110 times? Maybe.
I would say yes.
I would say yes. So I'm going to give it a go.
Okay. What about Kitayama? He's Asian.
He is Asian. Can't argue that. You pointed Kitayama out to me earlier. His stats have been fucking excellent in these last couple of weeks. You might have thought past Palom, because he did a lot of stuff in that past Palom type courses in his career and on the DP World Tour and all in Asian Tour and stuff. So he was good with that. So you thought maybe Mexico is a bit of a illusion. Finished second. Then he goes to Wells, gains 8.4 on approach, which is double what he gained in Mexico. He lost 2.2 putting, and he finished in 15th. So I think at a course you wouldn't really think of Kurt Kitayama at, and has a third at the Honda. So he's playing these courses pretty well. He's in terms of world ranking and stuff, he's a pretty top tier player. Is he going to win this? Probably not.
What did Mexico finish at, the winner?
The winner was 18.
So I'm looking at his 3 best finishes are Honda, Mexico, Wells.
Honda, Mexico, Wells. Yeah.
Mexico, I thought, was on the more difficult side, relatively speaking.
Or I'd say maybe average.
Yeah. So, whereas these other events, he hasn't really done well. They're more Birdfest. So I don't know.
I don't think he's really too capable of winning. But I don't know. Like,
he could be one of these one of these guys that are like hot, get hot like Lebioda last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stay hot for like 4-6 weeks.
Gained 7.1 in approach at the Honda too.
Yeah.
Finished third. I mean, he's not when he's contending, there's nothing fluky about it.
I think we got to T5 or maybe T10 him.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I mean, 8.4 on approach, you just can't ignore that.
Yeah. Especially after his 4.2 the week prior.
Yeah, nothing funky about it. He
bombs it too, which is crazy.
Yeah, he gains off the tee, approach. He's a pretty good putter too. I mean, he's not bad. So.
And the other Asian we got is Brandon Wu. I know he's American, but yeah, he's Asian.
He's
Anything on
Asian.
your boy?
His parents are from China, I think.
Yeah.
Woo, Brandon Woo. I like him. I think I heard of a 200-1
Really?
on DraftKings.
Wow.
So
I'm
if he's,
seeing 100.
I think that one of our sites that's good on long shots, I think we'll get a 200 there. If we do, I'm definitely in. 150, I'm definitely in. Just a talent play. I think this is something he's more of his speed. We liked him 2 weeks ago in Mexico, and he was good. And then last week we kind of said maybe pivot off because it doesn't really feel like the exact right fit. I think this fit is definitely much better for him. No odds yet on that site, but I don't know, 150 plus, I'm in.
Okay, I like that. Anything else here? So Heath, 125.
I don't mind him, but I just like other guys better, and I can't bet everybody.
All right, give me who else you like.
Fratelli, like Fratelli. I mean, we were on him at Valero, finished 8th, and as frustrating as he was on Sunday, it's not like we're betting him at 20-1 here. He's still 125, coming off an 8th place finish in Texas, and now he's back in Texas. He definitely plays much better in Texas. Went to University of Texas, and he's kind of finds his groove there. Low scoring tournament. He won the John Deere Classic, kind of something that I think could be a comp. Last year was 46 at Wells, but he played better, I think. He gained 5.1 tee to green, lost 4 strokes putting, but he's coming back to a place where I think he'll putt better. He usually gains strokes when he's in Texas. A lot of times when you're familiar with a place, you'll see the most change in putting. And gained 3.9 at the Valero in putting. So I think 125 is a great number for him.
It is. I like it. I'm in on Fratelli.
All right. So for me, I'm thinking.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hasn't your guy been popping a little bit, Henrik
Stenson?
Yeah.
He's the Texas guy. I know that. Has he been popping? I don't know. I think that might be a stretch, but let me check it out. Like, did he not miss the cut every week? If that's your definition of popping, then yeah, he's been okay.
It's 18th at Valero, bud. 3 straight made cuts.
57th, 18th, 54th, 18th. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Approach. 4 straight. 4 straight.
His irons definitely seem to be back for the most part. Not back, but I mean, fine. He's not going to win, obviously.
No.
I could see him as like a cheap DraftKings play. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's good. I'd love to see it. Of course, if he wins, I'd be happy.
I got $11 left.
Maybe a top 10 or something. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So I'm thinking for a card here. Spieth, Zalatoris, Kokrak, Leishman, Wolfe, Fratelli.
You're leaving Neiman out.
Well, I wish you wouldn't put it that way. I don't know. I don't know if I'm leaving him out, but it would. You think
you're basically choosing Kokrak over Neiman.
Well, again, you put it that way. I don't really want to do that.
You're the Neiman guy. Tell me, what are you feeling?
I like him. Fine enough. I mean,
you don't sound too confident there.
I just think a place. I guess you could make the same argument about Zalatoris, so I'm not sure this is the right argument to make. But I think at a place where like he's gonna have a huge advantage by both his distance and it's just tee to green ball striking game. I don't think he has that big of an advantage of that here. I think it could be he's gonna have to make a bunch of putts.
He did for us once.
He did. I feel the same way about Willie, but I just think Willie makes more sense like narrative based. He still needs a win. Neiman's got a couple of his. Plays great in Texas. Texas guy. Like I feel the same way about him. I just feel like the signs are just the external signs from above are pointing more to Willie than they are to Neiman.
I don't think it's a Neiman-Willie combo, though.
No, it isn't.
Especially if you get a 30 on Neiman, which you do.
So we were looking for what? Let's see if we can fit. Let me calculate this.
You have a 22, a 25, a 30, a 45. You'd have to throw away some of your bombs. Get rid of that depressed fuck Wolfe.
I'm fine to do that. Yeah, I mean, basically, if you went just Spieth, Zal, Neiman, Leishman, that puts you right at it.
Okay. So you're basically betting Neiman over Kokrak and 2 bombs.
Yeah. I mean, if not, you could bet Kokrak, Wise if he's 65, Fratelli.
Right. Yeah.
I'm fine passing on Kokrak though too. Are you?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a good feel on Kokrak and Neiman this week. I feel like Neiman's there. I just don't know if he's there. I don't know.
You gonna win?
I don't know. I'm not sure if I can picture Neiman in Texas,
No.
but he's great.
I wonder if we get a 50 on Kokrak.
Let me see, 40.
I don't know if I love Kokrak either. I mean, just because he wins every time he plays in Texas, you gonna just do it for every single time he plays? Or is that gonna stop him?
3 straight Texas events minus the match play that he's won.
Whoa. That other site we have a 35 on Neiman, just came out.
I mean, now we're talking.
Can't do a full bet though. And then Kokrak 45.
All right, so
Kitayama
we
100.
got things to think about.
Mark 65, Kitayama 100, Wolfe 130.
Say Wise 65.
Yeah. No, I didn't say that. A Mark 65.
Oh. Fratelli 130.
Wise 55. Fratelli 130. Wolfe 130. I just think fuck it. I mean, I said 110 and I liked it. I liked the 130.
Yeah.
I'm probably just gonna bet a handful of guys instead of the Neiman. I don't think I'm going there.
Decky 35.
35. Wow.
All right. So yeah, we're probably gonna have Spieth, Zalatoris, and we'll figure out the rest.
And we're definitely gonna have Mark and Fratelli.
Oh yeah, Mark. Forgot about that.
And Fratelli.
And Fratelli. I guess you're gonna have that depressed fuck Wolfe.
Brandon Wu 200. So that too.
All right, we're betting everybody this week. We're definitely winning.
All right, let's get a winner. It's coming. This is the week. I feel it.
It is coming. We're on the door. We're on the doorstep.
Yep, barge through this week. Let's do it.
All right, peace.
Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, tap-a-roo.